Hello everyone, I am Jack. I'm back and I need some help. All right, so previously they had the two y-axis motors connected exactly the same. Obviously that won't work since one's on one side, one's on the other side, and one needs to turn clockwise when the other one's turning counterclockwise and vice versa. So I got in here and they were not using the second Y controller at all. They were only using the first one. And it came down here. Somebody did this after the fact, you can tell. So they came down here and connected it to the wires here, white to white, green to green, black to black, and red to red. That doesn't follow the convention of anything else on here. Because they didn't match colors that well, because that's how I would have done it. So then I said fine, and oh, these wires right here were connected, and the black was connected to the white, the red was connected to the green, the white was connected to the black, and the let's see, red was connected to the green, or green was connected to the red. So I left these where they batched them together, the two reds together, the two greens together, the two blacks together, and the two whites together, and then I cut each of these others. So then I came over here and said, okay, someone had said take what's there and reverse it. So if you look at this one on the left, it is red, black, green, white. So I did exactly the opposite. I did white, green, black, and red, thinking that if I reverse those, then that should reverse the direction. Again, I got several different suggestions, and this was just one of them. I had to pick something, so that's what I picked. All right, so let me show you the result of that. It's not what I expected. So I just need to know, what do I do differently? Okay, so I've loaded the Roadrunner program again. Everything's hooked up. These are the two Y-axis motors here. This is the Z-axis, and the X is connected to the X-axis. So let me go over here and tell it to start. All right, so the X-axis, there we go. You can see it move back and forth. And then here are the two Y-axis motors. And there is no rhyme or reason that I can come up with about how they're moving. So you can see, let's say the one on the right, it's moving clockwise. This one here is moving counterclockwise right now. Let's see. Well, I'll be darned. Just last time I ran this, they were not running opposite directions. But now it seems that they are. Before, this one over here was just doing random things. But now yep. Okay. I guess I don't need help because it looks like it's working. So thank you to whoever suggested that. Again, I got a lot of different suggestions, and so I just had to pick one. All right, and then if we come over here, the Z doesn't move a whole lot. Let me back up so you can see all three of these. There we go. Okay, so I now have the X, the Y, and the Z, all three moving in what appears to be correctly. Now, I may find out that the Y motors that are marked might be wrong, but now I know how to reverse it. In other words, if it's moving reverse, then I know how to fix it to get it to move the opposite direction. So, and it'll take me a while to figure out which is the right direction based on this. But anyway, oh, of course I can just jog. So somewhere on here I saw a jog. I don't know where it is. Anyway, somewhere on here I think there's a jog thing I can do. I don't know what jog follow means. So if anyone can tell me an easy way just to make this thing jog so I can see if it moves the direction I anticipate. And the reason I say that is because right now, one of those motors, the wires say Y2, the other one says Y1, and there's no reason in the world I couldn't, if I find out that it's reversed, no reason in the world I couldn't put the motors on the opposite sides to fix that. Or I could just rewire it, either one. Let me see if it's still doing correctly. Yeah, it looks to me like it's still doing correctly. By the way, the vibration I was talking about earlier, I'm not sure if my video showed it, but if you look at the wire guide there you go. See that thing wiggling? The whole post is wiggling, so I'll have to do something to fix that. It gets pretty significant when this x-axis gets going back and forth quickly. All right, well, I thought I was going to show you that it didn't work and ask you for help on how to get it to work, but now it looks like it works. So now I need to do the wiring correctly. I need to get the bearing for that one. I need to get the gear for that one. And then I need to figure out the clearance issue up there. The next, whoops, there we go. The next thing I'm going to do, even though I don't have the coupler here, I've got a bunch of foam and I'm just going to cram foam in there to connect those two together. I'm going to go ahead and mount the Z-axis up there and verify that it works. And then I'll have to take it down, of course, when I connect up the Y. But because the Y isn't working, I can manually put this thing in the middle so it doesn't hit any of the 2x4 cross braces, and then I can verify that the X and the Z are working correctly, direction and everything, and then the Y, like I said, I'll have to figure out which motor goes where, but that's something to do. All right, so like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks if you want to donate, and if you don't know what I'm doing, you don't know Jack. And where are those Epstein files? Bye.